Manchester United 3, Aston Villa 0, and what a performance from Manchester United. Greenwood as good as ROONEY. I'll back that up. I'll back that up in a minute. I'm more than happy to back it up, and we'll be doing the player ratings interactive as voted by you in a few moments' time. But let's talk about Manchester United tonight. First thing I want to say that really stands out to me is that a few Manchester United players didn't actually have great games tonight, which we'll talk about in a moment. But 4 or 5 players had absolutely brilliant performances. And this is what Manchester United have been missing. And this is why some people were very concerned and negative about what was happening with United up until we signed Bruno in January. Because if 1 or 2 players had a bad game, we dropped points. You look at that game against Newcastle and Longstaff scores and we couldn't score ourselves and we lose a game 1-0. This team now seems incapable of losing games 1-0. We went 1-0 down to Bournemouth and we scored 5 goals. Villa had a good first 20 minutes and we still score 3 and we take our foot off the pedal for the last half an hour again. It's the first time a Premier League club has won by more than by 3 goals 4 games in a row. The unbeaten games run goes to 15 games. But the important thing is that there are so many performances in that team again. There's so many scintillating performances that you can carry 2 or 3 bad performances. We could never do that before, and that is what a great team does. I've seen this for decades. Manchester United turn up, 2 or 3 players don't play particularly well, but 7 players do, and it's more than enough to get you over the line. And that's what Solskjaer's built, and that's what the hard work of this team has built. Absolutely brilliant. Look, Greenwood's going to take the headlines. I want to talk about Greenwood in a minute. But don't come at me and say that Luke Shaw, Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial were not amazing tonight. Any one of those players could have been man of the match if you understand football. Luke Shaw got up and down. He should have had an assist. Brilliant performance defensively and going forward. The amount of running he does, he was superb. Paul Pogba driving from the deep, dictating the play, passes the ball into the bottom right-hand corner. Absolutely fantastic from him. Anthony Martial, I mean, the only thing that stopped it being a flawless performance was he didn't get the goal. And look, if anybody is going to try and twist it, and I don't believe for 1 second a Manchester United fan will do this, but if anybody tries to twist his moodiness coming off the pitch at the end, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. He's moody because I would be moody, because you would be moody. That game performance from Martial today deserved a goal, and he knew it, and he wanted a goal, and he walks off that pitch and he's got a grumpy face because he's hungry. He knows he wants a goal. He knows he deserves a goal. He knows he should have scored a goal. He hit the bloody bar, didn't he? But his performance, the times that Martial won the ball back in his own half and then got the second pass back himself because he's sprinting to get back in there. I mean, Martial was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, YK says Shaw is shutting down the haters. I mean, look, on Luke Shaw, I don't intend to spend lots of time talking about Luke Shaw because I want to talk about other things. But, I mean, if you don't think that was a world-class performance at left back by Luke Shaw today, I don't know what more he can do. I really don't know what more he can do. And what I would say is, I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but that was one of his worst games this season. He missed an absolute sitter with his head. He left Jack Grealish in the first half and Grealish could have scored. He got a booking. I don't think Wan-Bissaka had a good game, but you know what? We don't need to dwell on it because there is no player that will play 60 games a season and not have a bad couple of games. Wan-Bissaka had a bit of an off day today. I tell you what, if Luke Shaw had an off day today like that, he'd be getting pelters in the live comments. I don't want to see it for Aaron Wan-Bissaka because we know he's our player of the year. It wasn't his best game today. You're going to have an off game every now and again. Luke Shaw had a world-class game. And that's my whole point. Not when you have a game where your whole team plays well, you pump a team 6 or 7-0. But you can carry a couple of off days if 4 or 5 other players have a worldy day. And that's what happened today. And that's what I'm loving about this team, is the ability to there's just so many match winners. There's just so many players who can play well. I mean, I don't think Rashford had a great first half. Second half, he was bang on it again. So many things going on. So much to be happy about. I think Solskjaer again. I mean, we're just so good on the ball. We're so good on the ball. And look, defensively, I still think centre-back worries me a little bit. The lack of pace there. But we've got so many goals in us. And, you know, again, before I talk about Greenwood, yet again, we make the substitutions and we don't go and get the goals. I think the players who are coming on the pitch, for me, if I'm being a little bit harsh, and I don't want to be harsh, because to me it's all about we're going to get top 4, we're building something here, and United are getting better and better and better. But you know, the players that are coming on the pitch, they've got to be ruthless. That first team is so good. And again, we saw the drop-off when they come off, when Bruno comes off, when Martial comes off, when Matic comes off. There's a drop-off. And really, Villa are beat. Go and get the goals. The chances were there to go and get it. Rashford should have scored from the brilliant driving run and assist by Pogba. We had a couple of free kicks I think we should be doing better from. Fred probably should have scored as well. You know, those players, if I was Ollie, I'd say, look, brilliant lads, but you know what? I'm giving you the time. I'm getting, you know, from Ollie's point of view, you are getting the time on the pitch. You know, I'm giving you 20 minutes, half an hour. Are we getting enough from that? I mean, people are saying Pogba should be man of the match. I don't disagree with that. But Mason Greenwood, he is as good as Wayne Rooney was at that age in a very, very different way. And people are going to say you don't know what you're on about here. I do know what I'm on about. I saw Wayne Rooney come to Manchester United. I saw Wayne Rooney in the Euros in 2004. I saw Wayne Rooney break out at Everton. Mason Greenwood's 18 years of age. He hasn't broken out at Everton with very little pressure. He's come straight into a Manchester United side that's playing very, very well. He is, in a very different way, as good as Wayne Rooney was at 18. And people will say, you don't know what you're on about. Mate, I've seen Wayne Rooney at 18. He's better than Michael Owen was at that age. Definitely better than Owen. Rooney was a God-given talent. One of the best talents I've seen England produce in my lifetime with Paul Gascoigne. He was a God-given talent. This guy, this boy, this lad, this genius, this lad, I refuse to say he's the next Messi or anything like that. I can only tell you what he is at the moment. He can be anything he wants to be. But for what he's doing at the moment, he is up there with what Wayne Rooney was doing at that age. Different players. Wayne Rooney was explosive. He could run at people, everything like that. Mason Greenwood is a born finisher. That's what Mason Greenwood is, more Van Persie than Rooney. Everybody knows that. So you can't compare them as a player because people will say, "Oh, you're being an idiot, Mark. You know, Rooney used to run past players." I'm not saying that they're the same sort of player, but I'm saying at that age, Mason Greenwood is making exactly the same impact. If we'd had the Euros this summer, he'd be playing in the Euros and the world would be saying, who's this player? He's on the top of his game. I've just had a WhatsApp message from Chris Pyack from Redmen TV telling me what a fantastic talent Mason Greenwood is. That's a Liverpool fan. I've got Liverpool fans, Villa fans, Arsenal fans in my DMs and on my WhatsApp telling me, all due respect, Mason Greenwood's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's rival fans. And that's when you know you've got something special. And that's why when I say he's as good as Rooney was at that age, I'm not saying the talent is the same, but what Greenwood's good at, he is a God-given talent. He is. The finishing off both feet. What I liked about, I know he's brilliant on his left foot. I've seen him on his left foot. He can, you know, as I said in the match, he can put it through somebody's legs to put it in the bottom corner. You know, some people do that by accident. He does it by design. Tonight, right foot, arrows it in. You know, Pepe Reina leaves a little gap. Bang, get in there. Scud missile time. Presses the red button and bang. Left foot, right foot. He is lethal. And he has scored loads of those goals this season that it cannot be a fluke. So when I say he's up there with Rooney was at 18, yeah, different players, but the impact is the same. It's a world-class impact. That finishing is world-class. And he's 18 years of age. And he's got loads more to his game. He can run at players. He can skip past the player. He can play an assist. But that finishing for an 18-year-old, I haven't seen many people who finish like that at 18. Alan Shearer wasn't finishing like that at 18, and Alan Shearer went on to be a world-class striker. Alan Shearer couldn't finish like that at 18. Wayne Rooney couldn't finish like that at 18. Michael Owen couldn't finish like that at 18. This is an absolutely fantastic player that we've got in Mason Greenwood. And I'm not going to say that Mason Greenwood's going to be the next Pele or the next Messi or the next Ronaldo. I'm not saying those things. I've always said, look, injury could ruin his career. A loss of form could ruin his career. He could go off the rails. He could get a big head. Whatever. Anything can go wrong. So don't never say never. But what I'm saying is he can be anything he wants to be. Anything he wants to be. And that is exciting. And I tell you what, we've got something very special there. I think Rashford's a special talent, but I think we all know what I'm going to say. Mason Greenwood is a different sort of talent. Absolutely stunning player. And I'm over the moon that United have got him. Ray Cowley says, drop Sancho and Grealish despite a poor game in our team this summer. Add a CDM and a strike. Ray, I'm sorry, I totally disagree. That's reactionary. We don't need Sancho. We need depth. Look at what happens when Dan James and Ighalo comes on for Greenwood and Martial. Zoom. That's why you need Sancho and Grealish, because look at what happens when Bruno comes on. Zoom. It drops. It can never drop at this club. What if we don't get the penalty? What if Greenwood's shot hits the bar? What if Pogba's shot hits the post and it's 0-0 and Bruno's knackered and you bring Fred on? We're drawing 0-0. You bring Grealish on, you might get a winner. We're talking about building a title-winning side. We're not talking about a game that's on a 15-game unbeaten run. We're not talking about a game that's seen off Aston Villa and Brighton. We're talking about a team that beats Liverpool, that beats Man City. You need the Sanchos and you need the Grealishes to do that over a 60-game season. So I'm not having any of that reactionary stuff. Ewan Black says, Shaw had a brilliant game today apart from his dodgy back pass to De Gea, but apart from that, he was world class. Alex Marmon says, as good as Greenwood was again with another great goal and being influential in the first goal, Pogba controlled the game. Brilliant. It was my man of the match. We're going to do player ratings in a minute. Noel Cole says, for the Ollie outs, is this Ollie getting tactics or is this winning running product of healthy squad? Akama says, we can't do the player ratings. The website is crashed. Sorry about that, mates. And Ahmed Javad says, Mark, let's be honest, when Matic and Bruno came off, there was no intent to go forward by Fred and McTominay. Rashi and Pogba making runs with no service. And Gucci Main, welcome to the members club. Thanks for joining. Well, let's do this player ratings. It should work for me. Greenwood's goals per minute must be insane, and Bruno has 6 assists, 7 goals in 10 games, says Daniel Luciano. And welcome to Uday Kumar, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. I don't have the exact figures, but I can tell you that Mason Greenwood is the second best goals per minute striker in the Premier League behind Aguero. Or he was. It might be even better now. Right, let's do the player ratings. The way this is going to work then, I give my rating and it should, I say, flash up with what your score rating is as well. Let's hope it's going to work. So, David De Gea, for me, I thought he had an average game. I'm going to give him a 6. Why is that not uprated? It's not updated. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it doing this? I don't know why it's done that. Oh, it's a bloody nightmare. Why has it done this? That's not the one I want. There we go. So we've got it working now. I knew I'd get it working. So I'd give David De Gea a 6. Everybody else has given him a 6.4, as you can see there. So this is how it works. We did get some votes in the website. So we've got, what this does is it aggregates all your votes. So I'd give David De Gea an average 6. And from all your votes, it comes out as a 6.4. So it's going to be interesting because I'm going to give my score and you're going to give yours. I love this. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. We're still piloting it. The website keeps crashing because so many people want to vote. Bear with us. Nobody else does this. So it is something brand new, which is why I'm struggling a bit live here, but it will work now. And the more games we do, the more website capacity we'll build in. But 6.4 was your score for everybody who got to vote before it crashed. I'd give him a 6, so thank you for that. Wan-Bissaka, let me have a look here. I just need to get it on the page. Okay. Wan-Bissaka. I don't think Wan-Bissaka played well today, so I'd give him a 5. 5.7. So everyone went a little bit high with Wan-Bissaka at 5.7. You see, I disagree with that. I didn't think Wan-Bissaka had a good game today. I don't think he deserved an average performance of a 6. You know, an average Wan-Bissaka 6 is a good game. I don't think he had a good game today, so I'd give him a 5. But I think that's a bit generous from you lot, but 5.7. Next one, we're going to go for... It keeps making me... I know what this is now. It just keeps bloody moving every time, so I'm going to have to keep moving it down. Lindelof, I'll give him an average 6, Lindelof. 6.7, I can deal with that. I don't think you're too wrong with that one. Not going to dwell on Lindelof too much. Maguire, yeah, I'd give him a 6 as well. 6.5. Everyone's giving him a little bit... I mean, remember, 6 is average. There's nothing wrong with an average performance. I thought the defence today was... did okay, but they weren't really tested. Remember in the preview, I did predict that Aston Villa would keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, happy with that. Luke Shaw, 9 for me. 7.5? Bloody hell. What? Who's voting on this? You're having a bloody laugh. 7.5 for Luke Shaw. The agenda is real, isn't it? That is a bloody disgrace. You should be ashamed. You should be absolutely ashamed of that. That is a disgraceful score. 7.5 for Luke Shaw. Get an education in football. That left-back performance from Luke Shaw was flawless. Defensively left back on lockdown. Never stopped running. Should have had an assist. Continually linking up with the left-hand side. Luke Shaw was a 9 easy. 8 at a push. Not a 7.5. That's poor. That's really poor. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. Matic I'd give a 6 today. 6.7. So people are being generous with people like Wan-Bissaka and Matic. I thought Wan-Bissaka was a 5 and Matic was a 6. They get 5.7, 6.7. Luke Shaw gets 7.5. I tell you what, I'm not having that. I mean, I'm loving this. I'm loving the debate it breaks because I get to interact with your scores. But yeah, I mean, Luke Shaw's not a 7. Not a 7.5. Paul Pogba for me a 9. 8.2? Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe people are going the 8s. But again, I still think, what more can Paul Pogba do? Runs the midfield. Team keeps a clean sheet, so he does his defensive duties. Should have had an assist from Rashford. If Rashford could finish, he would have had an assist. Lovely goal. I mean, for me, Paul Pogba's a contender for man of the match. So again, I think 8.2 is a little bit low. I went with a 9 on that one. Bruno, I'd give an 8. I mean, look, I mean, he got a goal and an assist, but I don't think Bruno was, closer, yeah. I'd give Bruno an 8. Shaw was an 8.5 without a doubt, says Sunsheet. 7 point whatever. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that on Luke Shaw. What did he get? 7.5? Too low. Too. So Bruno Fernandes scored better than Luke Shaw. For me, that's wrong. Rashford. I mean, Rashford should have had an assist. Wan-Bissaka should have scored. That was a world-class bit of talent. So I'd push Rashford up to a 7 from that. But I wouldn't disagree with a 6. 6.9. Well, that's the closest we've been. Fair play. That's the closest we've been on my votes and your votes so far. 6.9 from the fans, 7 for me. So I can live with that. I think that's about right. That's about right. Greenwood. I'm not going to give him a 10. 8.6. There you go. So we're quite close there. I think I'd agree with that. I wouldn't give him a 10. I thought Greenwood was very good, but I wouldn't give him a 10. Woodward out and Goldbridge in, says Jude. Thanks for the contribution there. And Ollie, man of the match. Well, we'll have a look who the man of the match is in a minute from your player ratings. But I'll tell you my man of the match in a moment. But manager rating, still got Martial. 9. 9 for me. I know he didn't get... If he'd have got the goal, that was a flawless performance from Anthony Martial, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to give him a 9. 7.9! I think that's too low. I think... You know what I think's happening here? I think we're living in... With all due respect, I think we're living in a world here where people don't understand the contribution people make if they don't get a goal and an assist. Luke Shaw didn't get an assist, so he gets a low score. And Anthony Martial didn't score, so he gets a low score. He's way better than an 8. Anthony Martial is way better than 8. I mean, he got an assist, Anthony Martial. He hit the bar with a great shot. His work rate was fantastic. I think Anthony Martial is definitely a 9 in my book. McTominay, 6. Yeah. Good with that one. Good with that one. Brandon Williams, 6. 6.2. Yeah, I can live with that. Fred, 6. 6.3. Yeah, I can live with that. Matic is on again. We don't need to do him. Let's do... I'll give Matic a 6 anyway. I don't know why he's there again. Matic gets a 6. I'm loving this. Smash a like on the video if you like it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets a 9 from me. And not enough of you voted for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously, then. Which is a little bit confusing. Now, so your man of the match, 6.6, 6.2, 5.9. Ollie's at the wheel, says Abhishek. 7.9, 8.6, 6.9, 7.7, 8.2, 6.7, 7.5, 6.5. Your man of the match is Mason Greenwood. Yeah, I would give Greenwood man of the match. So smash a like on the video if you agree with that. I think Martial played very well. They were the 2 for me. But Martial probably a little bit low in all that lot. But Mason Greenwood gets man of the match, and I think he did just about deserve it. But can I just say something as well? I think it's so important that we appreciate what Manchester United did today. It's not easy to do this. It's not easy to do this. I said it in the game. Villa started off in the first 20 minutes really, really well. But I said it in the preview. Villa won't score. They haven't got a cutting edge. They will work hard and they will defend well. And Villa did play well. And look, penalty or no penalty, I still think we were going to win that game because we created enough chances to win it. Villa didn't. We did what I expected us to do. I said 2-0, it finished 3-0. But don't underestimate what Manchester United are doing. We should have beaten Spurs, but we beat Sheffield United, Brighton, Bournemouth and Villa. Now, people will say, well, you should do that. But look at the points people have dropped. Chelsea dropped points against West Ham. They nearly did it last night against Crystal Palace. Leicester dropped points against Watford and Brighton and Arsenal. Spurs have gone and dropped points to Bournemouth today. They did it against Sheffield United. Teams are dropping points all over the place. And yet Manchester United, people are saying, well, they should win that. That's not the Premier League we live in this year. The performances we're putting in, the consistency we're putting in, the clean sheets and the amount of goals we're scoring, I think we're getting into comfy slippers and saying, oh yeah, we'll win the next one, we'll win the next one, we'll win the next one. I think we will win the next one, but I think it's very important to appreciate what we're doing. The players, the coaching staff, the manager, everybody deserves a massive pat on the back because we're making it look easy. You know, we're taking off 5 players with 20 minutes to go and resting them. We're winning games in the first 70 minutes comfortably. We're doing it in cruise control at times. We're working hard. Villa came at us in that 20 minutes and we fought. We fought for the right to go and win that game 3-0. And you do need to take that on board. Don't fall into complacency. Don't underappreciate what we're doing. Because Villa are a good side. They've just got no cutting edge. They're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their livelihoods. They're fighting to not have their wages drop when they're relegated. There was a lot of fight from Villa there. And United had to stand up to it. And we did stand up to it. And then we went and won the game. So don't underappreciate what we're doing. I know people will say, well, you know, you should be winning this game. Not the only clubs that are going winning these games are Liverpool. Man City have dropped stupid points today. Man City this season. We are on a run of games here that is absolutely fantastic. And we do need to appreciate it and we do need to enjoy it. And I certainly am. So, look, smash a like on the video if Mason Greenwood was your man of the match. Smash a like on the video for the player ratings. We'll keep working it out. But look, it's working. It's working. We just need to get more people voting. Very happy with that. And refresh the site. I can't refresh it now, mate. I can't refresh it. Fan cams are coming in. We've got our first fan coming up very, very soon. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. I'll be back in the morning. There's a Europa League draw at midday. We'll be live for that for you as well. Check out all the fan cams. Very interested to see what Adam is Matic, Ricky and Saeed have got to say. But look, really, really pleased with Manchester United tonight. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you lot who watch the videos, who like the videos. We're always trying to build things out for you. I know there's teething problems with the player ratings, but it's so much better than me just giving mine. I give mine and you get an average one next to it. I'm really loving it and we'll build it out and we'll make it better and better and better. Earlier I meant to bring Sancho, etc. in, then we will rule the league again, says Ray Cowley. I think it's so important that we do that. Mason Dreamwood, Pog Boom, Bruno, Tony Rash, Goldbridge. Oh, what a night, says SJ Johnson. All the Ollie outers gave Ollie a 0, hence the average score of 0, says Hader Hamand. Look, there's nothing wrong if you doubted Ollie, but put the same passion into backing him. That's all I would say. Thanks for watching. We're going places, this team. Very, very pleased. Check out the fan cams, and I'll speak to you soon.